Honorable Chief Minister Garu, I am Satyanarayana, Director of IIT Tirupati Indi. Director of IIT Tirupati. మీకు తెలిసినట్టు 2015లో IIT స్టార్ట్ చేసాం తిరుపతిలో, and I'm glad to inform you it's probably one of the fastest growing IITs. 2008లో 8 IITs స్టార్ట్ చేశారు ఇండియాలో. 2015-16లో 6 స్టార్ట్ చేసాం. సో ఈ 14 IITలో చూస్తే probably IIT Tirupati is among the top 2-3 in terms of the rate of growth, with the support of both the state and the center to make it happen. So I've been asked to talk about higher education, so I'll focus on higher education. But before that, I would really appreciate the way you are addressing the fundamentals, starting from the affordability of schooling and education at both the schooling level and the college level, and also not only taking care of it, taking care of the nutrition of the kid, because unless the kids are healthy, they are not going to get educated, and investing on the most fundamental requirement, that is the people and the education that is going to take them to the next level. So I think that aspect, the clarity as a previous speaker spoke, I think there is really appreciative of how it's being addressed. Now quickly, I'll just give a little overview to the state undante. I think number of institutions perspective lo chuste, I think we are doing reasonably well. Oka 16 state universities unnai, about 5 deemed universities, about 5 private universities, and then there are about 13 centrally funded institutions in the state. So ఇప్పుడు ఈ centrally funded institutions, so state institutions గురించి మీకు తెలుసు బాగానే, but so I thought coming from a centrally funded institution, I will spend a little time on them. ఈ 14 institutions చూస్తే every possible top centrally funded institution is in the state. Before division, state division separation avakamundu, there were only School of Planning and Architecture which started in 2008 in this region. Antakumundu only one Rashtriya Sanskrit University, Sanskrit Vidya this thing in Tirupatilo undidi. అలాంటిది ఇప్పుడు ఇండియాలో ఉన్న ప్రతి సెంట్రల్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్ స్టేట్లో ఉంది. హౌ డస్ ద స్టేట్ గోయింగ్ టు లెవరేజ్ దట్ అడ్వాంటేజ్? ఏ స్టేట్లో ఇన్ని ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్ లేవు, ఎక్కడా అసలు లేని నుంచి ఇప్పుడు మొత్తం అన్నీ ఉన్నాయి. సో హౌ డు వీ టేక్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ సిచ్యువేషన్? అది ఒక అంటే ఆల్ ద టాప్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్, ఎయిమ్స్ ఏంటి, ఐఐటి ఏంటి, ఐసర్ ఏంటి, ఇవన్నీ. నా స్టేట్లో చూస్తే కమింగ్ టు ఇంజనీరింగ్ కాలేజెస్, there are about more than 300 engineering colleges, about 305 engineering colleges, alage pharmacy and about 1500 degree colleges. And this engineering colleges are producing the number of students that are being produced by engineering colleges about 1,40,000. Degree colleges are producing about 3.5 lakh students. Now gani chuste, whether you're talking about engineering or you're talking about pharmacy, MBA, any choste, there's almost 40% vacancies in these colleges. Though we have the colleges, now seats are there, but the number of vacancies is almost 40%. Now we have been talking about this gross enrollment ratio, GER, and as pointed out earlier, మన స్టేట్లో GER is about 32.4%. and the national average is 26.3, but all of us are targeting to get the GR to 50% by 2030. That means we have to add a lot more capacity to address these students. So this capacity address cheyadaniki ఇప్పుడు మనం చూస్తే 40% vacancies ఉన్నాయి. So the important thing is using the existing infrastructure. Create this infrastructure, adequately use it, enhance it, improve the quality and capacity. That way we can absorb a lot of the same, because kotta institutions start cheyalante investment is quite large. You have to get land, you have to get money, build buildings, create this thing. One more thing, problem in India lo entante most of our institutions are suboptimal in the terms of size. ఇప్పుడు అమెరికా వెళ్ళారంటే look at most universities, if you go to say universities like Ohio State University and 50,000 60,000 students ఉంటారు. And a typical, even an average American university has about 30 to 40,000 students. There are a few thousands. So instead of building too many institutions, I think we need to upgrade our institutions too. So all advantages because you're leveraging and consolidated things in one place. The other issue that I wanted to quickly address is the demand for the graduates you're producing. ఏ ఏరియాలో మనం ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయాలి. ఇప్పుడు ఒక ఇంజనీర్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేస్తే ఆ ఇంజనీర్ వాడు చేయవలసిన పని చేస్తే ఇంజనీర్ చేయవలసిన పని డిజైన్, ప్లానింగ్ అండ్ డిజైన్ సెటప్ ద సిస్టమ్. వాళ్ళ కింద if you take a factory setup, వాళ్ళ కింద ముగ్గురు supervisors, say 3 to 4 supervisors will have to work with them. Now, who are the people who are trained, where they are trained, this supervisors, that's from the polytechnics. So, ఒక ఇంజనీర్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతే ముగ్గురు నలుగురు పాలిటెక్నిక్ టైప్ క్యాండిడేట్స్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ చేయాలి. Now, if you take a factory floor, ఒక సూపర్వైజర్ ఉందంటే అతని కింద we need about 7 to 10 workers, skilled workers with skill. వాళ్ళ ట్రైనింగ్ ఎక్కడ? That has to be at the ITIs, at the ITI లెవెల్లో చేయాలి. బట్ మనకంతా ఇన్వర్టెడ్ పిరమిడ్ మన ఇండియాలో స్టేట్లో కూడా. ఇప్పుడు ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఉందంటే 1,40,000 సీట్లు ఉన్నాయి. పాలిటెక్నిక్ ఓన్లీ 70,000 సీట్లు ఉన్నాయి. వేరేస్ ఐటీఐకి మళ్ళీ 1,70,000 సీట్లు ఉన్నాయి. సో వెన్ వీఆర్ టాకింగ్ అబౌట్ 1:3:24, ఇక ఒక ఇంజనీరింగ్ సీట్కి హాఫ్ పాలిటెక్నిక్ సీట్ ఉంది, ఒక ఇంజనీరింగ్ సీట్కి ఈక్వలెంట్ ఐటీఐ ఉంది. నౌ వన్ ఆఫ్ ది బిగ్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ వీఆర్ ట్రయింగ్ టు give the state in terms of, in addition to its strong agricultural base, Ninna, you talked about it a lot, is manufacturing. Now, if you want to get into manufacturing and all these things, you need strong skilled workers. Now, these skilled workers come from these institutions, polytechnics, ITS and all. So, there's a lot, I've seen that you're making a lot of initiatives on the skill university start skill institutions. So, along with this ITIs, I think a lot of focus has to go. Only then we can leverage this advantage. For China niche industry now, but where are the people with the skills? That is a challenge. So that's my other submission, Andy, that we should start in addition to the same. And the final submission I have is with respect to the quality of the institutions. But one state law, we have about 16 state universities, but only 2 state universities, Andhra University and SV University, have got a A++ in the NAAC accreditation scheme. Only Ronde. Kanwayani, they are a little below that. And if you took a national ranking, there is national international ranking. We'll only talk about national ranking. National ranking lo chuste, only as Andhra University has about 16 in the national NIRF. IIT Madras, I'm basically from IIT Madras. We are number 1 in the country, IIT Madras, among all the institutions. So, Andhra University is 16, and then SV University is 48. Then Tarvata Kanwayani 100 paine unnai. So I think that gives a benchmark of the quality that we need to improve at the university level. Ante anni quality improve cheyali. University level, at least we should target that 5 of our institutions, universities, are in the top 50 in the country. So that way we should become the educational hub and educational focus for this country. And so to do this, we have to do a lot of things. We have to improve the infrastructure. We have to, the biggest challenge is faculty members. Manaki pedda challenge entante we don't have enough faculty members, and also many institutions do not have adequately sanctioned faculty members. So in the Mundu speaker also spoke about the quality of the teachers. Same thing applies to the universities. And then the leadership and governance, and that is a issue with many institutions, the right leadership and the right governance. So that we have to fix that issue. Otherwise, we cannot excel. And then look for curriculum, which is looking forward. You talked about a global citizen, how we are addressed and so on. So we have to look at the curriculum, and then the strong connect between the industry and the institutions. So both have to talk to each other, and we need to benchmark with the best institutions, at least in the country, if not the world. Whether it's University of Pune and these kinds of universities, whether we are right up there along with them. So that is the other thing. So anyway, the education in future is changing. You talked about it. We have to educate our people to work in a digital world. Everything is digital, interdisciplinary world. Now, every civil engineer or mechanical engineer also has to know about AI and data science. So it is not just a single domain. So we have to have that flexibility for that interconnected world. We have to work across this. So we have to bring in a lot more flexibility in what the student chooses. And the teacher's role is also changing. Teacher's role is changing from a hierarchical system to a facilitator. A person who facilitates teaching and integrates learning. Now knowledge is available, you go Google, you get knowledge. But how do you make kids learn? And learning to learn. Things are changing. They're saying knowledge is doubling every 4-5 years. And 50, so which means people have to continuously learn. So how do we produce kids who do this? New job roles. They're saying 10 years, tarvata kotta roles, job roles, the things are changing so fast. So how do we make people do this? So, and then shift from employment to employability. Industry keeps saying many of our children are not employable. There are a number of studies saying only 17% of children are employable. I have students graduating 20%. I have seen a lot of schemes are being addressed by the state that bring in these skills in the students, which is very laudatory. And then this coronavirus has sort of brought in a new perspective in online teaching. In the Mundu teachers, in online teachers, that everyone used to believe in only talk and chalk. Now, but we believe that over a period of time we will be. It is not the only way to do it, but it's a supplementary way of teaching. Within 2 months, all the faculty have started now teaching online and they started getting comfortable with this. This is going to bring a big paradigm shift on how we deliver our teaching. So these are some of these things I thought I'll submit to bring it to your attention, sir. So thank you very much for this opportunity.